Students, today we'll study about the transfer of heat by that second way, that is convection. About the transfer of heat through the solid, that without the movement of the particles, that is conduction, we have already discussed. Today we'll study about the transfer of heat by convection way, where movement of the particles takes place. So if movement of the particle is taking place, so it must be in air or in water. As a whole, we call it a fluid. In case of fluid, the movement of particles takes place. So the transfer of heat by the actual movement of the particles is called convection. The transfer of heat by actual movement of the particles of that medium, it is called the convection. So generally the movement of particles takes place only in case of liquid or in air. As a whole, these two we call it the fluid. We'll study about the practical applications, some practical applications of the convection. Like first it is about the ventilators, second it is the chimneys, and the third it is about the installation of the room heater. How convection is taking place here? You have to remember that convection means movement of the particles. Conduction, movement of the particles does not take place. So conduction takes place in solid. Convection takes place in liquid and air, gas. So generally these ventilators are generally put near the ceiling. It is because when the room is heated, means what? The particles of the air gets heated and the movement of the particles becomes more. At the same time, when the particles are heated, it becomes lighter. So when a room is heated, the lighter air particles, it rise up and it goes away through the ventilator. It is because of this reason that ventilators are generally put just nearby the ceiling. Second one is about the chimneys. Chimney, you must have seen maybe in the bakery or in some brick kiln that the smoke comes out. Generally chimneys are made a long one and is put on the top. So what it happens when the smoke is produced, that smoke is lighter than the air. It is because the smoke is heated, its temperature is more, or it is heated. So when the smoke rises up, so it goes out through these chimneys. That is why these chimneys are put on the top. The third one is about the room heater. Generally this room heater, it is never put in near the ceiling or on the top. Generally it is always at the bottom or at the ground level. It is because when heat is produced, then that heat, it is spread out throughout the room and it rises up. So the whole room, it is heated, and this transfer of heat, that is from the ground level and it is reaching up to the top level, maybe near the ceilings. It is happening due to the movement of the particles of the air. So these three are the examples of applications of convection, where transfer of heat takes place by the movement of the particles. And you have to remember that if it is movement of particles, only the particles of liquid and gases can move. So convection takes place in liquid and gases. Convection current in nature. The convection which is happening in our nature, we take the example of the sea breeze and the land breeze. The sea breeze and the land breeze. Suppose this is the land area and this is the sea area. Suppose this side it is the sea area and this side it is the land area. Now this sea breeze means it is a gentle wind. So the movement of this gentle wind from sea to land area, it is called sea breeze. How it is happening, that I will explain. So In the sea breeze, what it is happening, it takes place during daytime. It takes place during daytime. So early in the morning when sun rises, land area is heated more faster than the water area, water body. In this land and the sea, this land area is heated more faster than the water bodies or the water surface. So during daytime, in the presence of sun, this land area gets heated. Then what it happens? The air near this land area also gets heated. And as I have already told, if something is heated or air particles are heated, it becomes lighter. So the air from this land area, it moves upward because it becomes lighter. But since the air just above the sea or the water, it is still cool, then what it happens? It creates a high pressure here. We call it a high pressure, and this side we call it the low pressure. So due to this difference in pressure, the air starts blowing from the sea towards the land area during the daytime. This is called sea breeze. So sea breeze takes place during daytime, and it is the movement of air, or it is a wind blowing from water to the land area. This one we call it sea breeze. So how it is happening? It is happening due to the movement of the air particles due to difference in temperature or difference in that air particles which has been heated. In the land area it is heated, it becomes lighter, it rises up, it creates a low pressure, but just above the water it still remains cool. So air particles are heavy, it creates a high pressure, and so it starts moving, or the air particles start moving from the high pressure zone to the low pressure zone. So this is transfer of heat is taking place. Transfer of heat means here it is the temperature, or it is low heat, and here it is high. It is more heat here. So these heated air particles, it rise up, and so a convection current has been created, and then the wind starts blowing from the sea area to the land area. So this is about the sea breeze. Now in the night, the opposite things is happening. So throughout the day, when the sun is there, the water body will slowly get heated. By the evening or late in the evening, what it happens, the water will remain hot. Since if we compare this water and land, this land area will get heated more faster, as well as it will cool down more faster. So in the night, this land area will become cool, and this, since water remains hot for longer period of time and this remains hot, so the same opposite things happen with the sea breeze. Since it remains hot, the air particles, it rise up since it becomes lighter, and in the land area, since it has become already cool, so air is also cool and it creates high pressure, and this side low pressure. So low pressure will be when the air particles get heated. So the wind or the air particles start blowing from land area to the water area, that is from land to sea during night time, and this one we call it land breeze. So this is ultimately the movement of the air particles from cool area to the hot area. So this movement of air particles is ultimately the convection, and these things are happening in our nature. It is not only that it is happening between land and sea, it happens within the land also, or it happens within the sea also. Of course, there we don't call it land breeze or sea breeze. In different places in the land area where it is unequally heated due to various reasons, when unequally heated, then the air starts moving from cool area to the hot area. It is because of that only that we are getting the wind. So this is happening because of the convection. Okay, in the next video I will explain about the radiation.